This is Duke University.
The nature of risks facing business, the nature of that risk is changing. We are not only part of a global economy, companies are part of a global risk set of scenarios, whether that's in relationship to particular megatrends like climate change, water security, food security, population growth, changing infrastructure requirements in cities. Change is very constant, and so I've even experienced in some recent conversations with some chief financial officers that they are becoming much more engaged in this sustainability conversation because they are the stewards within their companies for risk management, not only in relationship to Security and Exchange Commission reporting requirements or investor reporting, but also on increasingly in issues that impact the business, and many of these are environment and sustainability related. There would be three things that I would point to in terms of where the sustainability thought process opens up other kinds of innovation and business opportunities. One is in this area of collaboration. I tend to regard sustainability as a very transformational concept. And while companies and governments and NGOs can all point to projects and initiatives that they have developed with each other, I think a critical business skill that I think is missing in most of today's executives is the ability to know how to think and design collaborative processes. We're living in a world that no single institution, being it a global company, an NGO, or a government entity, has the ability to successfully adapt and manage global forces. And so you need a new approach to collaboration in which you carefully leverage your competencies with those of other bodies. Now, in the business communities, we have a tradition of people joint venturing and creating other kind of partnerships. I think the level of scale of challenges that we're facing in the world extend beyond conventional business models, and they deal with societal impacts, whether it's population growth, whether it's food security. Those things cannot just work in a business-to-business type of framework. And so collaboration skills and an ability to even identify who your potential future partners may be is a skill set that I think is not absent, but it's deficient in terms of current company management. I think another area that's ripe for thinking in terms of new innovation opportunities is business model development. I believe, and I know many people who have analyzed this topic believe, that companies tend to get very complacent over time. Having a business model that you've applied for year after year is a comfort, because it's a way of screening out all of the noise that you encounter on a day-to-day basis. It provides a source of continuity in how you make and sell and profit from the products that you make. But I think a lot of companies who have been less successful in emerging markets in part are less successful because they're still tethered to a very Western way of thinking, and it's not simply a matter of selling a lower volume of your product at a lower price and assuming that you can sell your shampoos or your consumer products just in a downsized capacity. It involves an examination of much more critical factors regarding the structure of society, the role of women, and who's the decision maker in homes in India or Thailand or Rwanda versus North Carolina or some other state. And I think the third skill set or innovation opportunity is that we've trained multiple generations of people in not only business, but also engineering schools, public policy schools, etc. We've trained them to be problem solvers. What we need are system builders going forward. We have a lot of talented people who know how to extend technologies, who know how to adapt to government regulation, who know how to make gasoline cleaner and do all of those amazing technical things that continues to advance society. That's not going to be enough in the future because we're dealing with system level challenges in which social factors, environmental factors, and resource limitations and many other things come together in a systemic fashion in a way that governments are ill-equipped to respond to, in ways that many businesses are ill-equipped to respond to. And so we need to be thinking at a much more system level so that the interconnections across issues such as population growth and new kinds of urban infrastructure are more widely understood, or climate, water, food relationships are more widely understood. Right now, we're approaching this in a more singular, individual problem-solving approach, and that's not going to be enough.